So we're going to start off with the curing process of the duck.
So that's how a duck confit starts, and you make this totally in-house?
We do. We buy the ducks in whole, and so we'll break them down, and then we take the necks, and we'll make tortellini, and we take the livers, and we make pate, and we do the legs, and we do the breast, and we do the bones, and so we use the whole thing.
That's awesome. You are really doing it.
Yeah. So today we're just going to take the legs, and we're going to make a nice little appetizer.
Great.
So for the curing process, so it's going to do two things. It's going to pull some of the water out of the protein, and then also it's going to impart flavor into the protein, right?
Wonderful.
So we're going to start off with a little brown sugar.
Okay. Now, when you say pulls water out of the protein, does that?
So that's the salt, right? So it's what's going to happen is what happens when you take water out of something. It concentrates the flavor, right?
Ah, gotcha.
Right. So, and it's also, you know, back in the day, it was used to preserve the duck.
Absolutely,
right?
of course.
So it's doing multiple things. So, and we're going to just take kosher salt.
Okay.
The brown sugar. And today we're going to do a little fennel seed.
Nice.
Little thyme.
And that's just dried thyme.
Dried thyme, yeah.
Would you use fresh here, or does it not
yeah,
matter?
so we're going to use fresh in the cooking process. In the curing process, we're just going to use dry. And then we're going to use a little lemon zest.
Lovely.
And so what you need to do with this is prep it a day before.
Okay.
And leave this curing process go a minimum of 12 hours. So the longer you let this go, so you don't want to go over 24.
Okay.
Right? Because what's going to happen, it's going to get dry and your result is going to be like jerky.
Yeah, we don't want that.
So you want to go 12 to 24 hours and just spread this evenly.
Okay. Now, the duck confit itself is going to take quite a bit of time to prepare. So how much time do you realistically need to set aside if you want to make this at home?
So the first day, I would say an hour.
Okay.
Right? And then the second day, it's mostly the curing and the cooking time. Right? So that's where all the prep is literally 10 minutes.
All right. But then you're looking at about 2 full days until it's ready?
Correct.
Okay.
So the second day, you're going to, you want to set yourself some time aside, like 2.5 hours to 3 hours.
All right.
For the cooking process. But you want to always put the flesh side down, right? Because that's where you want the flavor to go.
Okay.
So just press it down like this.
It smells great. The lemon zest and the fennel.
Yeah,
really fragrant.
this is going to be really intense flavor on the for the appetizer.
Nice.
So we're just going to put that in the refrigerator overnight.
Okay. Now, is this how you always prepare your duck confit, with these same seasonings, or do you switch it up?
So no, we do multiple. Depending on the application.
I see, because you use it quite a bit in the restaurant.
Right, so if we use it on a salad, we
Right.
want to do something a little more neutral, because you're going to have the flavors from the vinaigrette, right, in the salad. But in savory dishes, it could be something like this in fennel, or we may do something like star anise and cinnamon, and
Get
again,
really exotic with it.
depending on the dish.
Okay.
So we can, and that always evolves. We're always trying new things. So
cool.
Otherwise, it gets boring, right?
It sure
if you
does.
do the same thing over and over.
That is true.
So we have, so after, the 2.5 hours of cooking the duck legs.
What do they look like?
Okay, so here we have the duck legs. So that's what it's going to look like when it comes out.
How did you cook these? So after the curing process, what happened?
So after the curing process, I pulled the duck legs off of the plate. We rinsed all that cure off.
Yes,
so
that's very important, right?
Right, so if you don't rinse it and that sugar, it's going to burn. Right, so if you have that sugar in there, it's going to burn.
Okay.
So you want to rinse them, and then you want to have your duck fat hot, and it can just be melted, so around 200 degrees.
Okay.
And then pour that hot duck fat over the duck legs, and then from there you can do, again, depending on the application, you can do rosemary, thyme, bay leaves, peppercorns. So we just did a little fresh thyme and kept it a little neutral for this particular dish.
And then you just cook this low, 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 and slow, right?
Right, low and slow, 275 degrees, about 2.5 to 3 hours. And I always say till the bone, you can pull the bone right off. Yep, it'll fall off the bone.
It looks and smells pretty awesome. So
yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens next.
So you can eat it as is.
And I would love to.
Just like this. Yeah, it would be just fine
Careful, that's
just fine to eat it just like that. And so we're just going to take these out of the fat here. And so you pull these out of the duck fat, And then see what I do at home, not at the hotel, but I do at home. I'll take duck fat, and then I'll take this duck fat and I'll make aioli out of the duck fat, right? And then you make some frites.
So you
and then
cannot get rid of this.
No, just save it, and it'll last months.
Yeah,
like literally months.
Freeze it or just keep it in the fridge?
You can just keep it in the fridge.
Just like
or freeze it.
Dip your spoon in there whenever you need
some. Dip your spoon in there, put some salt on it, and you're golden.
Right, spread it on your toast.
Oh yeah.